What's up, YouTube? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Maddie, and this is the Sovereign Grooming Company YouTube channel. I want to go ahead and do my weekly roundup video. I didn't have time to get to anything else this week, but I wanted to make sure that I got this. So before we get started, I will say one thing. I was getting my bottles together last night so that I would be ready to go for this morning. And if it wasn't for my Instagram, I'm not sure that I could remember exactly what I wore this week. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I do mostly send of the day pics. Really not a whole lot else at this point. If you have ideas for what might be cool to go on there, let me know. But I do post my send of the day on there, write up a few little thoughts about it. I also do that in the Welcome to FragCon Facebook group. So if you've watched any of my videos already, you already know the links will be in the description below for both Instagram and the Facebook group. So that said, let's go ahead and get started. If you watched last week's video, you already know that my scent on Sunday was Zadig and Voltaire's This Is Him. This one's a really cool vanilla scent that I learned about from my good friend Dan. So thank you, Dan, especially if anybody really turned me on to these scents, I guess I'll go ahead and give him a shout out. And this one, a nice designer scent, a designer based out of France, and this was a pretty good bargain. So I got this bottle, let's see, 100 ml for $60 on eBay. Really enjoy this one. Nice, long-lasting, sort of vanilla-based fragrance. Now the second one is another vanilla-based fragrance that another one of my friends suggested to me. So thank you to Carlos Colon. This is Extraordinary for Men by Rocco Baracco. Again, another bargain. This one is even cheaper. So this is the limited edition, this bottle that I have, the clear bottle. And you can get this 100 ml for anywhere from $20 to $30 on like Fragrance Net or eBay or wherever. And again, this is another vanilla. This one has kind of a, if I'm remembering correctly, boy, I better make sure this is right. This one has kind of a cool sort of cola root beer vibe at the beginning of it, but eventually that burns off. There's a lot of other stuff like incense and those kind of things going on in this one, but it dries down to a really nice vanilla. Another one that lasts like all day. So I had some pretty good longevity on the scents this week, so that's exciting. I had a staff meeting at work on Tuesday, so I decided to bust this one out. I had heard of this one before a lot of other folks had told me about it, but probably give a shout out to Dan again for really getting me to try Mola Mola again. This is a really nice fruity kind of almost gourmandy sort of scent, and I know not everybody likes this, but I put this one in the same ballpark as Herba Pura, but I feel like this is way smoother. The fruits are more juicy, if that makes any sense. And this one too. So I went back and forth on whether to wear it since it was sort of hot, you know, somewhere in the high 80s that day. So I decided to go light with it. I put about a spray and a half on the front, one spray on the back. So we're looking at 2.5 sprays, and this thing lasted for at least 12 hours. So this is amazing. The scent is amazing. The longevity is amazing. Mola Mola by Byron Parfums, highly recommended. So that brings us to Wednesday, and I went back with one of my classics, Hawaii Volcano by Alexandria Fragrances. This is inspired by Creed's Virgin Island water. I'll say this over and over again. This is my first Alexandria that I bought, my first version of Creed Virgin Island water, and I don't know what else to say about it. In my opinion, this is really lime forward. Lots of lime in this one, and as a lot of the Alexandria fragrances do, it performs like a beast. This one lasts all day. Put it on in the morning, even at bedtime, I was still catching whiffs of it. Totally recommended. Thursday, if you're in my group or you follow Instagram or the discussion, you'll know that Thursday my scent was 40 Knots by Xerjoff, part of the Join the Club line. So I ordered this decant, obviously, and was really hoping for kind of a fresh blue aquatic. There's salt and ocean notes in the description, and that's not what I got. So like, I would love to hear if you've tried this and what your experience is, because I really got a lot of baby powder and some florals. I got absolutely nothing that would make me think of aquatics, nothing that would make me think of sailing. And while I can't say that it's a bad scent, I was super disappointed. So, what did I attempt to redeem my week on Friday? I went back to my decant of Aventus cologne. Obviously, a lot of discussion about this one, and I really want to do a first impression video of this. But in short, I like it a lot. A big, fresh blast of mandarin at the beginning. We got some tonka bean in there, some vetiver, but at the same time, I still get some of that smoke in the Aventus DNA in there. So I like it a lot. I've actually got a bottle on the way. Which brings us to Saturday. I had a gig. I was playing some music outside for a few hours yesterday, and you know, that leaves me wanting something that's not too heavy and maybe really bright and fresh. So I went for something that I haven't reached for in a while. This is Artisan Pure by John Varvatos, or Varvatos, however you say that, and this is great. They put like every possible citrus note that you could imagine in the top notes of this, and then it dries down to a real nice sort of aquatic, musky kind of thing. It doesn't last forever, but again, I mean, this bottle, big bottle, 120 mil, like $40. So I started to get to the point where if something is that cheap, if it doesn't last long, but I want it to last long, I just spray it on again. But since I got home and took a shower after that gig yesterday, I had the opportunity to go back to this. This decant is Cologne Pour le Soir by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And this has, I didn't wear it a whole lot. This is one that I bought last year. I went after anything that had benzoin in the notes. But this one's really nice, and this has turned into one of my go-tos on evenings if I don't have a fragrance on, or if I've washed off my fragrance from earlier. And it's like this really soothing, sweet, honey sort of incense smell. I like it because there's florals, there's incense, but they don't overpower the sweetness, so it's kind of light again. And I get a lot of honey from this one. So just one spray, just something to smell good as I'm getting ready to go to sleep. So that's how I closed out my week. And before we go, obviously, I'll let you know what I'm wearing today, as I've already put this on. This is a brand new one that I'm trying from a house that I hadn't tried before. This is Sumer, an original from Babylon Fragrances. So I'll let you know more about this one next week. But that's my weekly roundup number 2. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. If you want, check out some of the other videos, share them. But do follow me on Instagram and join our Facebook group. So I hope you all have a great week. Let me know what you're wearing in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.